Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BKT Outdoors. Today I'm going to talk about socks. I have got 3 different types of socks here. And why am I doing socks? Well, it's almost hunting season, and I wanted to do something where I try out 3 different types of socks and see what they do for me. All my old socks are getting kind of worn out. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be chasing elk around the woods with a bow. So what I've got here first, this is a blend. It's just some random blended merino wool socks that I got off the internet. Um, Bought them off of Amazon. I'll put the links to all these. I bought all 3 off of Amazon. Why not, right? Everybody's buying there. This particular one is polyester, merino wool, cotton, spandex, a blend. And then this guy is literally all synthetic: polyester, nylon, rubber, spandex. Well, we'll see how that goes. And then this is an alpaca blend. Now, these are actually really highly rated, the Warrior alpaca socks. So basically, my plan is to take all these, throw them in a wash tonight, and then in the morning, I will put on one pair and I will wear it all day, at least 12 hours, cover at least 5 miles of walking. Over the next 3 days, I've got about the same temps coming at me here locally. So I'm going to give it a go. Going to get ready to throw these in the wash. And then each day, probably the next clip you see will be me putting these on, one of these pairs, and then I'll try it out. See how it goes.
Good morning, guys. Zero Dark 30. Trying on the first pair of socks. This is going to be the full synthetic ones. We'll see how they do. Okay, day 2, merino wool.
Yep. Day 3, alpaca blend, the warrior sock. All right, so I completed the test, and one thing I discovered, uh, out of all 3 of these socks, um, I I really like the alpaca the best. It is the most expensive. These are $20 a piece. Um, Comfortable. It's like wearing a cashmere sweater. They're amazing. They've got all of this fluffy stuff inside of them. They're camouflage. Great socks. One of the things I was not aware of, these are the merino wool blend. And, you know, sometimes after you get done hunting, you're like, golly, what is that smell? I've always been a wool guy, and I'm wearing these merino wool blend socks or just a straight wool sock, and they really smell after a good hard day. Now, each one of these socks I wore for 12 hours, covered at least 5 miles in the day. The average temp was right around 79 degrees each day. So if I'm going to wear a sock that is for like hiking or, you know, just everyday use, this is a sock I'm going to go with. This is the full synthetic sock. There is nothing natural about this sock, but it is super comfortable. It stayed up. The elasticity on this is amazing. And yeah, this is the sock that I would wear if I were going to just, do like a day hunt or something like that, or hiking. I'm going with this sock right here. Um,
the wool socks, I, I'll probably hold on to them for, like going out in the snow or something like that. I'm definitely not going to wear these hunting anymore. They put off a smell. Um, and I'm not kidding. I took my socks off. It was like, my wife thinks I'm absolutely crazy, but that's part of it. I want to know if it smells. And I used the Dead Downwind washed both or all three of these socks in that Dead Downwind wash before I wore them. So killed off any synthetic scents that are in the dyes or whatever prior to me wearing them. um, Perhaps the biggest thing I learned on trying out these three socks was that synthetic. It just blows me away how comfortable these thin little socks are and how well they stayed on my feet and my leg, and they didn't like slump down. Like wool socks have a tendency to kind of slough off your ankle or your calf and just kind of work their way down, and you're challenged with that the whole day out hunting. So perhaps the biggest thing, um, yeah, these warrior socks are pretty awesome. I'm probably going to order up a few more of these, and this is what I'll be wearing hunting once it gets a little cooler out. They handled the heat really well, and I may have to do a follow up on this video to show how they handle the cold. So far, I'm really impressed with them. They've got great reviews, and what can I say? Hopefully, this helped you guys out. I'm gonna put the links to everything down below. Um, Try them out. If they're inexpensive, it was $20 for 6 of the full synthetic, $20 for 5 of the merino wool blend, and then $20 a pair for the alpaca. Um, I'm probably going to end up spending a little bit of money on the alpacas, I think. For hunting, that's my sock right there. I don't know if I'll ever go back to wool again after wearing these. And I'll see how they do when it's really cold out. Here in Western Washington, we don't get real cold. It's pretty mild. And when I go east of the mountains to the right side of the mountain, um, that's when it gets cold. It's sub-zero over there sometimes hunting, and you got to have a good sock. So anyway, hope you guys liked it. If not, thumbs down me. If you liked it, like it, subscribe, share with your friends, all that. Check my links out below. Till next time, get outdoors.